Hi everyone, this is a Buzz from Beyond Contrails and welcome on board. This is the very first video on the channel and we have a thrilling journey planned on board the Boeing 777-300ER today. Our journey begins in Manchester, a city most famously known for football. Beyond this, it is the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. A more fitting introduction to this city is that the inventor of the first all-British aircraft was a Manchester native. Shortly after we take off, we will cross Trafford Park, which was once an important aerospace engineering center. Our journey today takes us to Doha, which also has some association with football as the FIFA World Cup took place here in 2022. Qatar Airways calls Doha home and was founded as a small regional airline with no intention of becoming an international award-winning airline. Today it holds many Skytrax awards and happens to be the airline taking us from Manchester to Doha on a regularly scheduled early morning flight, Qatar Airways Flight 22. Without further ado, let's have a look beyond the contrails. On this fine morning, we are heading from Manchester to Doha, operated by a Qatar Airways Boeing 777-300ER Flight 22. I have to say I had to pick this route for the first video on here because I have flown it myself probably one too many times. Manchester to Doha is a route which is meaningful for me since it has usually been the first leg of my journey back home. So it felt like the perfect place to start this journey because home feels too far these days. As you can see in the video, we have the beautiful Inny-Bills Manchester Airport scenery. Our scheduled flight time today is around 7 hours, taking us southeast from Manchester across Europe through some views of the Austrian Alps, through the Mediterranean and Lebanon, and eventually over the Arabian Peninsula before arriving into Hamad International just in time for sunset. We have an initial cruising altitude of 35,000 feet, step climbing to 37,000 feet over Saudi Arabia.
Virgin Atlantic flies VS109 to Atlanta. Final call for all remaining passengers to go immediately to gate 208.
By the way, the weather could not have given us a better start here today. It is an early morning departure here in Manchester around 7 AM, with temperatures sitting at around 15 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and barely any wind. The sun is just coming up, throwing that beautiful golden light across the aircraft. We have a full-service flight today with 390 passengers on board, so there's plenty to get through before we make our way down into Doha. And of course, we are flying the PMDG 777-300ER today. This aircraft is honestly one of the best representations of the 777 I have ever flown in the simulator. The level of detail, systems, and overall feel make it an absolute pleasure to operate. So, with the aircraft fueled, passengers boarding, and Doha waiting for us on the other side, let's get this flight underway. Welcome aboard Qatar 22. While I fast forward the flight setup, I wanted to take a moment to talk a little bit about what Beyond Contrails is. If you are new here, Beyond Contrails is essentially my way of combining two things I have always been fascinated by. Aviation, of course, and the journey behind every flight. Basically, I want to look beyond the contrails. What we see on the outside is just another plane and another flight, but it holds a different meaning for everyone. As a result, I want to make it more about you, the community. I have spent a lot of time traveling myself, sitting in these seats, watching planes from the terminal, and wondering what is happening behind the scenes to get a flight from one side of the world to the other. And that is really what I want to explore here. Of course, we are going to have plenty of flight simulator content, real-world routes, realistic airline operations, different airplanes, and some of the more technical aspects of flying. But I also want to go beyond just getting from point A to B. I want to tell the story of each flight, explore the routes we are flying, the airports we are visiting, and the planes themselves. And hopefully give you the feeling that you are actually coming along for the journey and getting some sort of an immersive experience. I also have a website where I will post flight reports and blogs in more detail, and if you'd like to know more about me or Beyond Contrails, feel free to pay a visit. I'm not going to pretend that everything here is going to be perfectly serious either. There will definitely be a few mistakes, questionable approaches, and moments where things do not quite go according to plan. But that is part of the fun. This is the very beginning of Beyond Contrails, so if you have found the channel this early, you are genuinely here from the start. So if aviation is your thing, whether you are a seasoned simmer, a frequent flyer, or you just enjoy watching planes because who doesn't, then hopefully there will be something here for you. And if none of those things float your boat, then just tag along to have a talk about absolutely anything and everything. Anyway, enough talking from me for now. The aircraft is almost ready, so let's get back to Qatar 22 and get this 777 on its way back home to Doha. Manchester delivery, good morning. Qatar 22 Heavy is at stand 206, type Boeing 777-300ER. Information Yankee on board, requesting IFR clearance to Hamad International Airport.
Qatar 22 Heavy, Manchester delivery, thanks for Yankee. Cleared to home off ASL 1 Yankee departure, runway 23 left, climb via SID to 5,000 feet, squawk 2034.
Clear to Hamad via the Sonics 1 Yankee departure, runway 23 left, climb via SID to 5,000 feet, squawk 2034, Qatar 22 Heavy.
Qatar 22 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.855 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Contact ground at 121.855 when ready for push or start, Qatar 22 Heavy. Manchester ground, Qatar 22 Heavy, stand 206, we are ready for push and start.
Qatari 22 Heavy, Manchester ground, pushback approved, face southwest.
Pushback approved, face southwest for Qatar 22 Heavy.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Welcome aboard this Qatar Airways flight. Please pay attention as we take you on a journey to our many destinations and demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. Exits and walkways must be kept clear at all times. Baggage should be securely stowed in the overhead compartments or under the seats in front of you. Take care when opening overhead lockers, as items may fall out.
Please set parking brakes.
Must be locked away.
Pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Fastened and visible to cabin crew. handheld personal electronic devices in flight mode, the use of electronic devices is not permitted for takeoff and landing, and such devices must remain switched off until advised by cabin crew. Please remove all devices from charging ports for takeoff and landing. Have a non-smoking policy at all times on board all our aircraft. Electronic smoking devices are also not permitted. Smoking in the toilet will activate a smoke alarm. Smoking on board the aircraft and tampering with the smoke detectors are criminal offences punishable by law. The cabin environment is carefully controlled. If oxygen is required, masks will appear from above you. Your life jacket is either beside you. Remove it from its container and pull it over your head. Bring the tape.
Qatari 22 Heavy, hold short of runway 23 right, arriving traffic.
Hold short of runway 23 right for Qatari 22 Heavy.
Qatari 22 Heavy, via Bravo cross runway 23 right, taxi to holding point Victor Alpha, runway 23 left, via Bravo, Bravo Zulu, Victor, Victor Alpha.
Cross runway 23 right via Bravo, taxi to holding point Victor Alpha, runway 23 left via Bravo, Bravo Zulu, Victor, Victor Alpha. Qatari 22 Heavy.
Qatari 22 Heavy, contact Manchester Tower 119.405, bye-bye.
Manchester Tower at 119.405 for Qatari 22 Heavy, bye-bye. Manchester Tower, Qatari 22 Heavy, holding short of runway 23 left, we are ready for takeoff.
Qatari 22 Heavy, Manchester Tower, wind 310 degrees, 7 knots, runway 23 left, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 23 left, Qatari 22 Heavy.
Now all that's left to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy 4,000 plus entertainment options with Oryx One. Thank you for your attention.
Airspeed alive. Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
1,000. 500. 400. 300. Approaching minimums.
Continue.
200. 100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Reverse is green. And that is it for today's video, guys. We have safely made it to Doha with a stunning sunset in the background. Before I leave you, can we just take a moment here to appreciate the realism? Low-key, I may have fried my PC in the process, but I really hope you enjoyed this journey with me. And if you did, drop me a like and leave a comment. I'd love to get to know you. If you'd like to know more about me, pay me a visit on my website, beyondcontrails.com. This may be our first flight together, but certainly isn't the last, so subscribe to join me on the next one. I have some bonus footage here for you from my other flights. Until then, keep looking beyond the contrails.